Blackstone Publishing and Skyboat Media present The Touch of Pan and Other Stories by Algernon Blackwood. This book is read by Paul Boehmer, Gabrielle de Cuir, Justine Eyre, Kate Orsini, and Stefan Rudnicki. The Touch of Pan by Algernon Blackwood, first published in the second decade of the 20th century. Blackwood, who published numerous collections of myth-based horror in the years between 1906 and 1923, was an Englishman who traveled extensively, even serving a term as a reporter for the New York Times. H.P. Lovecraft called him the one absolute and unquestioned master of weird atmosphere. To quote further, "Above all others he understands how fully some sensitive minds dwell forever on the borderland of dream, and how relatively slight is the distinction betwixt those images formed from actual objects and those excited by the play of the imagination." With The Touch of Pan, as with most of Blackwood's stories, we are convinced that there is a world just beyond ours and much more interesting, where mythical beings live and flourish and laugh at us in our sad and trivial pursuits. 1. An idiot, Heber understood, was a person in whom intelligence had been arrested. Instinct acted, but not reason. A lunatic, on the other hand, was someone whose reason had gone awry. The mechanism of the brain was injured. The lunatic was out of relation with his environment. The idiot had merely been delayed en route. Be that as it might, he knew at any rate that a lunatic was not to be listened to, whereas an idiot, well, the one he fell in love with certainly had the secret of some instinctual knowledge that was not only joy, but a kind of sheer natural joy. Probably it was that sheer natural joy of living that reason argues to be untaught, degraded. In any case, at 30, he married her instead of the daughter of a duchess he was engaged to. They lead today that happy, natural, vagabond life called idiotic, unmindful of that world the majority of reasonable people live only to remember. Though born into an artificial social clique that made it difficult, Heber had always loved the simple things. Nature, especially, meant much to him. He would rather see a woodland misty with bluebells than all the chateaux on the Loire. The thought of a mountain valley in the dawn made his feet lonely in the grandest houses. Yet in these very houses—
Sample complete. Ready to continue?